The Sisters Grimm podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Please listen at your own discretion.
Tiptoe through the window.
The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
The most notorious serial killer in the nation, the Night Stalker.
The Boston Strangler.
The Son of Sam. The infamous Zodiac Killer.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Get away from her, you bitch!
Welcome to the Sisters Grimm podcast.
How'd you do this? Show you.
You think your butt looks like Kirsten, the American Girl doll?
No.
That's
no,
bold.
I think my butt looks
statement.
like apple bottom jeans boots with the fur. But I'm saying in those pajama pants that Mom got us for Christmas, my butt looks like Kirsten, the American Girl doll's butt.
And you're saying mine looks better?
And I'm saying yours looks the bomb. Like,
yes.
I wasn't ready for that jelly.
That's good. I bent over to plug in some cute little Christmas lights. Anyways, welcome to the Sisters Grimm podcast. I decided to hit record while you were talking about your butt looking like an American Girl doll. Anyway.
I'm okay with it, honestly. I don't even give a shit.
You guys, we're back in a timely manner. To talk to y'all about motherfucking conspiracy theories.
And not just one. Because there are several conspiracy theories, like, for me personally, the whole Kennedy assassination probably is going to be, like, at least 20 to 25 episodes.
And also, like, there's so much conspiracy theories around 9/11, around the Illuminati. We're obviously not going to get into, like, the big girlfriends yet.
Mine are mostly, like, very funny.
I know, right? Mine too.
I'm glad. Also, we'll have to see if maybe we have any duplicates, because mine are so weird. And I also wanted you to be surprised by them, but then I also wanted, because when you told me about one of the ones you were doing, I didn't know what it was. Mm-hmm. And then I had my friend from work look it up, because I'm like, is that a conspiracy theory? I thought maybe, because I for some reason thought it was something else, and I was like, but don't tell me what it's about, because I want to hear Morgan tell me about it on the podcast.
Oh, it was the one that I was telling you about?
It was, well, I mean, do we want to just fucking jump into the pool right now and get into the firstie?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So your first one is...
Wait, so what was the one that I told you about? I'm sorry.
You told me about the Mandela Effect.
Oh, yes. Okay, so the Mandela Effect, you can consider a conspiracy theory, or you can just consider it...
That's what my
stupidity
said.
Of sheephood. It's basically when people are sheep. So the Mandela Effect is when a group of people all remember a fact of history incorrectly. Fiona Broome is actually who coined this term, because she, like many others, believed the original Mandela Effect, which had to do with Nelson Mandela himself. Now, most people...
Gorgeous man.
Should know that Nelson Mandela died in his home in 2013. Mm-hmm. But a ton of people still believe that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 80s.
Oh, shit. So what do they think was the Nelson Mandela that we were seeing up until then?
They thought he was dead. They just, didn't even know. Because it's not like he's, out there, doing a lot of stuff. He was an older guy, and he was...
But we still saw him, I think.
I don't know. They were stupid. That's what the Mandela Effect is. Here, let me go over some other
it's
popular
also called...
ones.
when you said... Oh, yeah, go through the popular ones.
The Mandela Effect.
Mandela.
Yes. So another one that you and I would both know is the Berenstain Bears.
Yes, I've heard of heard of this one.
Everyone thinks that it's the Berenstain Bears, but really it's spelled Berenstein. bears. So the Berenstain Bears.
So, also, this is so inside for just you and I. And maybe if any of our Freebird cousins are listening right now. But Nana, or Grandma and Grandpa's pink bedroom had, like, all...
my bedroom.
Yeah, your bedroom. Dad's old bedroom. It had all of the Berenstain Bears books. And I remember, like, the Berenstain Bears and the Gimme Gimmes. And, like, the kids, like, were at the... It was basically about, like, when you go to the grocery store, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
If you're a little kid and you're, like, don't be a dick when you go to the grocery store. Just, like, be normal. Don't ask for shit.
But yeah, there's a million people out there who think it's the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
But it's the Berenstain Bears.
Which is crazy.
Another one that's similar to that.
Well, but I've also heard, not to interrupt you or anything, but that, because while I was looking up other conspiracy theories, I think I found one, like, I was looking today, and I think it, because I knew that, I remembered that the Berenstain Bears was, like, part of the Mandela Effect, because it's, like, remembering things.
Right.
And I remember reading that when people have, I think it's a conspiracy in itself, that the reason people remember things differently is because they live in different they live in different universes or something. I don't know.
Okay, well, I mean, that's far-reaching. Yeah. But another one that's similar to the Berenstain Bears, and there's a lot of these ones that are like, we thought it was something else, is Jif peanut butter. Everyone thinks it's Jiffy peanut butter. It's just Jif.
They never called it Jiffy?
Never. It's always been J-I-F. Not Jiffy.
Not Jiffy.
So, one that makes me
I swear to God, they
laugh.
called it Jiffy at one point.
I know, but nope. It's Jif. It's always been Jif. It's never been anything but Jif.
Huh.
I know. Huh. So also, there is a bunch of people out there who think that there's a movie called Shazam starring Sinbad, when really you're all thinking of the movie Kazam featuring Shaquille O'Neal.
No, there is a movie Shazam. It's new when it's out, and it's featuring Zachary Levi from Chuck.
But it does not have...
No, but it's not the same movie as Kazam, where he makes it rain junk food.
Yeah, no, everyone... oh, my God.
Remember that scene?
Yeah, it always made me want McDonald's.
Dude, plugging another podcast and an episode from so many years ago. How did this get made? They have an episode of Kazam, and, like, there's a part, spoiler alert, in that movie where he dies. And Shaquille O'Neal brings him back to life. Watch old Shaquille O'Neal movies. I swear to God.
It's good.
He's good.
Yeah, there's people out there. Okay, so wait. Kazam was the one with Shaquille O'Neal, correct?
Kazam. Yeah, his name was Kazam.
But there's people out there who think that in the 90s, a movie called Shazam featuring Sinbad came out where he was a genie. And it's like, no, you guys.
So wait, there's a conspiracy theory that people think that the movie Kazam is actually called Shazam?
No, they think there's two movies.
There's two different
movies. There's not. Long story short, there's not. Alright, so another one, a lot of people think that there are 51 states. There's only 50.
Do they consider, is it because of Puerto Rico?
No, they just think that there's 51. They think that is the count. A couple people even think 52.
I mean... Didn't Joey on Friends? That's so... Who are these people?
Anyway.
And where did they come from?
Another one is a lot of people... And I just only put this one in because it was Queen related, and I know that you're obsessed with Queen.
Shut up!
Everyone thinks that the song We Are the Champions, the last word of the song is of the world. But it just ends with because we are the champions.
Oh, yeah, no. It ends... Yeah, no, that...
But everyone thinks it ends with of the world.
Because he does do that at Live Aid. But he does not do that in the actual song. That's why it's such a big deal. Well, he does, just not at the end. No, he does at the end in Live Aid. He sings right. But in the actual recorded version, it's just, we are the champions.
And then it fades out, yeah.
Dude, I'm so happy. That's so fucking crazy. Okay, well then I know.
Last but not least, and the only reason I put this one in there is because I personally am guilty of doing this, or of thinking this. Apparently, in the actual movie where, and I think it's part, I don't know the Star Wars movies super well.
Oh, wait, what's up?
Everyone thinks that the line is, Luke, I am your father. But really, he says, no, I am your father.
Yeah.
I always thought it was, Luke, I am your father.
No, he's like, you killed my father. And he's like, no, I am your father.
Which is a way more epic line than just Luke.
Exactly. Because it also kind of sounds like he's saying, look, I'm your father.
Totally.
Look, I'm sorry for this whole
I'm sorry.
But
yeah, so that was just a couple of the Mandela effects. There's a ton more, but I didn't want to get into all of them.
I didn't know about the Queen one, and so, going in that vein, I'm going to start out with, because Queen is my favorite band. It is also, I consider it my favorite band because it is the only band that I know every single member's name. I know all of the instruments they play. I know, and I know like the names of their albums and shit. I have like favorite songs by people or by bands where I'm like,
Yeah, no, for sure.
But so there's a conspiracy theory. This is kind of like a very far-fetched one.
Okay.
But the music video for Radio Gaga, which is crazy and also films a bunch of scenes.
Radio Goo
Radio Gaga. It features a bunch of scenes from the old-ass movie from like the 1920s, Metropolis. But there's also a scene where Freddie is like seductively dancing in front of a clock and he sets it to 9/11 and it's supposed to like forebode that 9/11. But like obviously Freddie was just fucking feeling himself.
Totally.
And like I watched it and like you would have to pause it where it hits like the 9/11 mark.
Totally, yeah.
So I mean a lot of mine are like I said funny, but by funny I mean like so far reaching.
Totally.
So another really popular Queen conspiracy theory is I watched a very lovely video today actually
about Queen conspiracy theories.
By this very lovely man wearing like he looked like he was about to go run out on errands because he was wearing a jacket or something. I don't know. But I mean, and this is a conspiracy I think amongst a lot of singers and actors. Like they say that Freddie sold his soul to the devil for his amazing talent, which is ridiculous because, as we all know, Satan didn't give him that great voice.
And also, Satan probably wouldn't die from AIDS.
No. Yeah. Well, no, maybe that... Well, you could argue that was, like, give me this great voice for this period of time. And then Satan's like, no, I'm gonna give you AIDS. Yeah, but, like, whatever. I'm going to circle back to AIDS later, too, which sucks. But, yeah, they say that, I mean, it's obviously those 6-ass, big-ass teeth.
Right.
They give him that fucking range. But here we're going to play a little clip of Freddie talking about some gifts maybe he got from the devil.
Okay.
Do you like my claws? They're real diamonds. It's a present from the devil himself. You don't believe me. They don't believe me.
All right, I think he was just riffing.
No, I mean, like I said,
as per
Freddie Mercury said some of the weirdest fucking things in the entire world. Of all the things he said, that doesn't even like reach the top 10. So let me tell you.
Diamond gloves from Satan.
They're from the devil. Oh, they don't believe please. Of course Freddie would make that joke. I mean, he fucking says, I mean, there's a bunch of other ones, obviously, regarding Queen, because they say Beelzebub and...
Oh, totally.
And it's like, but, I mean, they were just being cool.
They were just being edgy. Cool. And also, that was rock and roll, man.
That was just rock and roll, and that was also my way of getting a clip of Freddie Mercury onto the podcast, because I love him. So, I'm going to get to the beginning of my list, and I'm going to start with some real hard... new facts.
Okay.
Barack Obama could control the weather.
Huh.
Yeah.
In what way?
The Obama administration was asked how they knew about leak scandals that were going on in 2013, like the Benghazi stuff, some other ISIS emails. Okay. And in order to take the American public's attention off of that, the government manipulated the weather and created a mile-wide tornado in Moore, Oklahoma.
Yikes.
Remember that huge, tornado that was in Oklahoma? Dum-dums like Alec Jones, who I was talking about, like how you were screaming about it. You get really, you do get very impassioned when you talk about conspiracy theories. I believe it. But he believes in this along with other truthers who believe that the Obama administration, that they had something to do with the Boston bombings and the Sandy Hook. That never happened. So we hate them. But another fun Obama conspiracy theory is that Obama has been to Mars.
Totally.
These two guys, one who's actually a lawyer, which makes this even crazier, who consider themselves to be time travelers, said that they were in a secret CIA Mars program with a then 19-year-old Barack Obama, which taught them...
I've heard this.
That taught them how to teleport to Mars so that they could just survey alien activity. Like, can you just... Like, if we could just teleport to Mars, how pissed off are all those people thinking of how pissed off would they be? Knowing, like, we could just teleport there? I've been literally, like, looking
while we're on the topic of space or alien type conspiracy theories, Maria wanted me to let you know that as I was, like, researching today conspiracy theories, like, a BuzzFeed article popped up on her screen saying that there aren't really aliens, it's just people from the future coming to see us. And the reason that we're no longer seeing, like, UFOs, quote unquote, is because cell phones have gotten so big and they know that, so they don't want to be captured
Holy
anymore.
Fucking shit.
Just a thought.
That's fucking crazy. Okay, while we're in space, I'm gonna do this one. And very weird that Morgan just gave me the okay symbol, which we're gonna get back to later. But also, did you know the moon fake?
Oh yeah, of course the moon fake.
The moon. Okay, so when you tell
it's cheese and it's fake.
When you tell
it's fake cheese.
It's fake cheese. Yeah. So people believe that the moon is either an alien UFO that's been there, that's been monitoring us this whole time.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah. And other people think that it was destroyed by the government, and what we see is just like a hologram. But it also reminded me of the Whitest Kids sketch where they're like, we're on our way to
the moon.
I'm coming, bitch.
Oh my God.
Coming, bitch.
We're on our way to the moon.
I'm coming, bitch. Okay, you do your next.
Okay, this one is a long guy.
Okay, let me do my last space one, though.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And this is like a new one, and so look out for it.
Okay, I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Everyone keep their eyes peeled for this one. So this is apparently this operation called NASA Bluebeam.
Okay.
And
I've heard of this too.
You have? Okay,
it's a big thing in LA, right?
I don't know if it's just in LA, but so according to this journalist, NASA is planning on projecting huge 3D holograms of religious figures into the sky to initiate. Not what I thought. Really? To initiate a spiritual apocalypse amongst world religions. So people will be like, I saw God, I saw Jesus, I saw L. Ron Hubbard, I saw the magic Mormon underwear. Totally. Like, I don't know.
Wow, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, that's like crazy.
Wouldn't be surprised though.
No.
Okay, so my next one is... It's a lot.
It's okay. It's super pregnant pause. Your pregnant pause was in its third trimester.
Love. Okay, so this took place last year, March 13th. A Twitter account named at the time StrayedAway was a guy named Ty. And he tweeted that he got a voicemail from an unknown caller, and I am going to play that voicemail for you right now.
Sierra, Delta, Alpha, November, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra, India, Tango, India, Sierra, Delta, India, Romeo, Echo, Foxtrot, Oscar, Romeo, Yankee, Oscar, November, Oscar, Tango, Hotel, Uniform, Mike, Alpha, November, 042933964230, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra, Delta, Alpha, November, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra.
I don't even really know what I heard, and I'm like freaking out. Like my body,
yeah, like the reaction of listening to it is creepy.
All I want to do right now is go I know.
I got you.
Sierra, Oscar.
Okay, so
so you know
for those who don't know,
all I knew was SOS.
For those who don't know, this is called the NATO phonetic alphabet. It's what military uses. They also use it in film. They use it for a lot of different reasons. Anytime you're like on a walkie, police, yeah. So that message, that whole thing reads. It starts randomly S. Then it reads danger SOS. It is dire for you to evacuate. They are not human.
Oh my god, I just got full body chills.
Then there's a series of numbers.
Yeah.
And then it says SOS, danger, SOS.
Oh my god.
So, people obviously, read all, like, his tweets and are freaked out. And so they start looking. He's like, I have no idea what any of this really means. But then he obviously finds out.
Did he run out of his fucking... where he lived?
I don't know.
I would leave. One time,
I would leave.
No, I would just leave my apartment literally one time.
It was his cell phone. Who knows if he was even at home?
Oh my god, I would have thrown my phone into the...
wait.
I would have put my phone in the microwave like Mr. Robot.
So the series of numbers, people found out were actually coordinates. And these coordinates just so happen to be very close to where the Malaysian flight 370 disappeared into thin air.
No. So his phone fucking, like, caught... No.
People think this could have been the black box recording from the plane. You know how the black box...
Yeah.
However, that's been debunked because black box recordings only send out, location pings, not verbal messages, and also the pings are not on the same frequency as cell phones.
Also, the black box aren't black, they're bright orange because, you gotta find it after a plane crash. Hello, they should, I don't know why they call it the black box,
I don't either.
Oh my god, I'm like fucking dead right now.
So after Ty started posting all of this on Twitter, he got a weird text message from another random phone number, and it was in a different language. So he put it into Google Translate, and this text read, evacuate, please send help, there are prisoners, this is the collapse of the nations.
Oh. What?
Horrifying!
So, okay, the first one, the numbers, okay, so they obviously lined up very close to, and at least in the path, it had to have fallen...
Right, in the flight pattern,
It basically was in the flight path of that fucking...
Yeah.
And holy fucking shit.
So that's not even all. So after all of this, Ty returned to Twitter to say that he canceled his phone line, and he also sent out a series of... He just started tweeting a bunch, and he sent out a series of numbers. But these...
If I was Ty, I would have gone and swam out into the middle of the ocean.
He was also getting, messages in his DMs, but that could have been from people who saw him on Twitter.
They were sliding in, you're gonna... it's the government?
So, one of the last things that he tweeted out before deleting his account was another series of numbers, and then it was... in Morse code, because there's periods in between things. Yeah.
So there were dashes and periods.
Right. And so this Morse code translated to, they are taking over 4/18/18. Which obviously didn't happen because it's like May of 2019 right now.
I have tears in my eyes for some reason.
Also, another thing, I was obviously researching this, and I went to Reddit to look up more information, and the thread had been removed.
Go to.
The whole thread was removed.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So the reason I know about this was because I'm fucking obsessed with Shane Dawson's conspiracy theory videos, and so if you're looking for even more information on this, he did a really cool video about it, and it will it also gives out it shows pictures of all of the tweets and all of the messages and all of everything.
Yeah, he also has the greatest conspiracy series.
He comes up with some crazy shit for sure.
He just is so good at finding shit you'd never even think about.
That one's crazy
ever.
To me.
That one,
and like I said, I also while I was researching, I found a lot of websites debunking a lot of things, and also after all of this happened, Ty deleted his Twitter account and got a new Twitter account, and so people thought that Ty was using fake pictures, but really it was the same guy, and he just changed his Twitter account because so many people were harassing him because of these tweets, because he's actually in Shane's video, the guy who this happened to.
Oh, yeah. I see.
He thinks that maybe people were fucking with him now, like he doesn't know for sure, but that shit's fucking crazy. It's wild.
That's the scariest one that's gonna be. Unless you have scarier ones, because that's
not really. Honestly.
That is the scariest one. Like
the rest of mine are just like things in movies and television.
To hear that,
I know.
though, and like because I kept hearing Sierra.
And it's just Siri's voice. Like that's what it really is. Is that Siri's voice?
And it's like I don't know. It just being said in that kind of that just like. Because Siri's voice is just so generic, and it's like being
deadpan.
And it being such like a dire, it'd be like, I am going to die.
Right. Another reason that things were debunked is because a couple of the NATO alphabet was not correct, and apparently the point of the NATO alphabet is so that things are so precise, and there's no way that you could there should be no way that it could be misunderstood, and some of the things don't necessarily line up, like saying SOS, but then also saying evacuate. It's like they're kind of counterintuitive. What is SOS means send help, but then evacuate means that you need to leave. So SOS basically means you can't leave.
Well, but send help, but to the place where it's happening, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, dude. That one fucking freaked me the fuck out.
I know, it's weird.
That one scared me. That one gave me, the heebie-jeebies.
The yucky puppies.
Yucky puppies. So, let's see. Where should I go next? Okay. Did you know, Morgan, that dolphins are low-key slowly taking over the world?
Another low-key raping humans.
Another high-key raping humans.
Yeah, no.
Don't go dancing with dolphins.
Don't go dancing with dolphins.
Just stick to the fish and the puppies you used.
Puppies. No. Just hang out with dogs.
So, if this sounds like the Little Treehouse of Horrors episode of The Simpsons where dolphins take over the world, it's because it's supposed to. Because that's what people...
Oh, The Simpsons are always...
they predicted that Trump was going to be president.
They predict everything. They've predicted a lot of shit. The Trump is just a really notable one.
Yeah. I mean, talk to anybody from The Simpsons and they're like, but they good.
But they be knowing.
They be knowing. But, as we know, dolphins are known to be very intelligent, and those of us with way too much time on our hands have apparently taken up the time to look up why dolphins are evil and taking over the world. And, I mean, if you really want to know more information about this, just look it up, and you can read the article that I tried to go through.
We're giving you homework for our podcast.
Yeah,
look it up yourself.
I couldn't do it, but, I mean, just because it's such
a dolphins are taking over the world.
Oh, no,
long story short.
And they're also part of the Illuminati because their fins are in the shape of triangles.
Everyone's fin is in the shape of a triangle. That's the point of a fin.
I know, that's why I'm saying this one is so ridiculous.
Anyways.
Ridiculousness with Rob Dyrdek.
Oh my god, yuck.
So, okay.
Sorry.
He's our number one listener, Morgan.
Rob Dyrdek specifically.
Sorry, Rob.
Sorry, Rob. Love you.
Okay, go on. You say you had more.
Oh, okay, cool. So one of mine comes from this week's episode of Game of Thrones. Did you hear how they left?
Well, then do I have to close my fucking ears?
No, this doesn't ruin the episode for any of our listeners who are GOT fans. But they apparently accidentally left a Starbucks cup in a scene.
What?
Let me show you a pic.
Shut the fuck up. That's
literally
really
in this week's episode, there is a scene where Daenerys, where all of them are together, they're celebrating because something big happened. I won't say what in case you're not caught up, but Daenerys, Jon, all of those betches are just kind of hanging out, and
that's so funny.
There's a fucking coffee cup.
Shut the fuck up. Oh,
so it's now been digitally removed. However, Starbucks has made so much fucking money off of this. Do you think Starbucks paid Game of Thrones to accidentally, quote unquote, leave the cup in the episode?
Nah, I think someone was lazy.
How the fuck you gonna take that long to come out with a new show and then you leave a cup? Props person, though, like, bitch.
I don't know. I mean, Morgan, as someone who, like, does things online or on, like, computers all day, sometimes you just fucking don't see things.
No,
and
for
if you
sure.
See a cup,
and I'm not, like, coming for anyone specifically.
100%.
I just think Starbucks did this.
I forget who said this, but a long time ago I heard, like, it would be really funny, like, if at the end of, like, the, I actually think it was somebody on... Going back to Whitest Kids, I feel like I heard it from them. But, like, at the end of, because you know how they do, what's it called? Bee-bop-a-dee-ba-la-la-la.
Get to the point.
I know, right? Like, what am I thinking of? It's Lord of the Rings. So you know how they have the one, they're like, in the year 1120.
Yes.
When they talk about how, like, they're like, how crazy it would it be because people were, like, so into those movies. And at the last one, when they're, like, at that tavern, there's just, like, a Pepsi
right,
on the
or
table.
something so stupid.
And then that fucking actually
happened.
Oh my god, Whitest Kids, you
Game
know.
of Thrones is huge. Starbucks is huge. All I'm saying is somebody got a paycheck.
All right. Well, also sticking with the TV theme, and I'm about to blow all y'all motherfuckers' minds into your assholes.
Please tell me. I love when my mind be blown into my ass.
Saved by the Bell was created by the Illuminati.
Okay, I said we weren't getting into Illuminati shit, and I was wrong.
No, we're getting into Saved by the Bell.
Okay, well, yeah, the Illuminati create all entertainment.
Don't worry about it. It's more than just the Illuminati.
Okay.
With Saved by the Bell. They're also promoting Satan a lot. There's a lot of Satanism.
That. Oh my gosh, yeah.
So you know how, like... everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say this. The Saved by the Bell pattern.
Yes.
That typical 90s pattern. And there's little...
Early 90s. Like, yeah. It's still, like, it feels 80s, but it's not.
Okay, okay. Well, you were also very young in the 90s, my dear child. So,
yeah,
okay.
No shit.
Like, it's...
it's still there.
Okay, whatever. No, but you're right. There are remnants of the 80s in that very much so. But, like, okay, so you know how, like, squiggles, like, go... You know, like, lines that go into other lines? Like, there's, like, a promo picture where there's 3 of those, and people are like, 666. Oh. Fucking the devil. Also...
Yeah, Zach and Tiffany were definitely... Or what was her real name? What was her name in the show?
Tiffany?
That was the actress's name.
Hold on.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Why? No, I can. I'm just in different mode right now. Zach and...
Skylar.
Zach and... Oh my god, I hate myself right now. Why can't I... Kelly! Oh my god.
Zach and Kelly.
Are we fucking...
Zach and Kelly, Kelly and Zach. We can all agree that the college years were trash, right?
Well, okay, and speaking of their college years, despite his complete lack of caring about school, Zach was somehow able to get into Yale, home of the Cross and Bone Society. Also, for some reason, Mr. Belding, their principal, follows them to college.
Yeah, that happened. It's very Boy Meets World. No, like Feeney being...
Dude, I literally put that in my notes, but I put... In Boy Meets World, it's totally acceptable. People want more Feeney. Belding can go to bed.
Yeah, Belding can suck a dick.
But also, I heard that the actor who played Mr. Belding is like knee deep in pussy. And so, did they have satanic things where he like sold his soul to the devil so that he could be like knee deep in pussy all the time?
No, I think he was on a fucking television show, and so anyone's gonna throw their cat at him.
Well, also, there is this, where if you play the theme song backwards, you can hear, "And I Miss My Satan, We're All Saved." And we're gonna play that right now.
I mean, it's a stretch.
Well,
it did make my eyes fill up with tears. I don't know why, like, us listening to things. Maybe it's because I'm tired. I don't know. But my eyes keep watering when we're listening to these weird things.
But it's also one of those things where, like, if you're not told what is being said in it before you listen to it, you won't know.
That's kind of Mandela Effect-ish as well.
Yeah, it's only the, like, second one is
it's
the
like
only
your
one
brain
where you can really... I mean, you can definitely hear the "we're all saved." I hear that, which is weird because they do say the word "saved" in that song a lot. So it's also weird, just in general. I mean, even get rid of all the conspiracy theory shit. It's weird that the "saved" is backwards and frontwards in that song. Also, like many of us know, let's see, Bebop Boo. Oh, yeah, no, the website I went to, like, basically posted every screen grab they could from a scene where there was a triangle. But, yeah, Disney apparently uses drugs to brainwash their young stars into doing whatever they want.
Oh, you want to hear some other Disney shit that I've heard?
Yeah.
So the reason that so many Disney stars, like, have these, like, big, I guess, like, you know, like how Miley, like, got really into drugs and how, like, Vanessa Hudgens showed her snatch. It's
like the gag restraints.
They're in these crazy contracts, and so the only way to get out of them are to be fired.
Oh.
And so they do these things.
So they do outlandishy things to be like, fuck you.
But while we're still on the
movie Spring Breakers,
while we're still on the talk of Disney, I want to talk a little bit about Walt Disney himself.
Fuck yeah, bish. Do it.
Walt Disney.
We know that it's a conspiracy theory that he was frozen.
This is what I'm talking. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Oh, we already talked about in that episode, girlfriend. Don't you remember, like, episode, like, 3 or 4, Urban Legends, where his kids came... You mean you go?
No, okay, so with that, so yes, people have come forward and said that he isn't frozen. However, there's a lot of people out there who think that he was still frozen, and that actually the reason that they made the movie Frozen was so that when people search online Disney Frozen, that pops up rather than any sort of an article about whether or not Walt Disney himself was frozen.
That's so crazy.
Which is, again, far-fetched AF, but, and like, also kind of makes sense.
But also great SEO.
I know.
Like, that's some good SEO. That's some good shit to put on your resume.
Well, because now, even if you were to search, like, Walt Disney on ice.
Oh, yeah, it's going to say...
Walt Disney frozen on ice.
Yeah.
You're going to get...
Yeah. You're only going to get that, or you're probably going to get our podcast.
Yes. Well, I mean, if you type in, like, Walt Disney chronologically Frozen, then you might get something else. But you might just get a chronological order of the movie Frozen.
That is cool. No, that was, like, when I tried finding information about the Radio Gaga thing, I only found Lady Gaga. Like, only Lady Gaga conspiracy theories came
That
up.
makes sense, because there's a lot that she was John Benet Ramsey.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny that you speak about John Benet Ramsey.
Katy Perry.
No, not Katy Perry.
Avril Lavigne.
No. John Benet Ramsey's...
Okay.
John Benet Ramsey's father, John Benet, was supposedly... I am getting into the Illuminati a lot... But he was supposedly in the Illuminati, and they sacrificed John Benet to the devil.
Yeah.
So that's another way she could have died. But some other true crime.
Well, they didn't really sacrifice her.
Well,
that's not how she was.
Well, murdered. They did a really shitty job if they were doing it. Yeah, there's not a lot of Satanists who are. Yeah, no, let's not get into that one too much. But some other true crime related conspiracy theories is that Ted Bundy, aka Lil Teddy Buns,
of course,
was possessed by a demon who encouraged him to perform all those murders.
Oh my gosh, totally. Same with Charles Manson.
Oh my god, you just gave me the fucking chills.
Why? Because that's your
because
next note?
He literally, look. Oh. Yeah, the Manson killings were actually orchestrated by the CIA because they needed a way to show Americans that people who were protesting the war were actually all Satanists hell-bent on bringing down destruction, and that we were in the war for a good reason. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't the government fucked?
Yeah, that was really... That mostly scared me just because you guessed him next.
Well, because, I mean, like, just what they did was so sacrificial.
Yeah. Wait, hold on 1 second. I just want to get really, really real.
Okay.
Right now. Birds
aren't real.
Birds aren't real.
Yeah, no, I was gonna do this one too.
Yes. Air high five. We finally have one that
I almost did Birds Aren't Real, but then I didn't.
Birds aren't real. There's a
large... they're little recorders that hear everything we say and see everything we do, and their cameras and their blah, blah, blah,
yep.
blah, blah, blah.
Because from the years 1959 to 1971, over 12 billion birds were killed and replaced with fake little robots.
Right.
Which, it's like, okay, we've all seen dead birds. Do they look like the inside of the Terminator? No, they look like a fucking...
Yucky.
It looks like viscous yuck.
Oh, I was at Mom and Dad's house.
Wait, why didn't you
in
say
Dad's
yuck?
window, there is a robin's nest with 2 little eggs in it.
That's cute.
I love nature.
Robin eggs are really pretty. You know it's not cute when you see one that's...
Yeah, let's not get into that.
Hey, it's the Sisters Grimm.
So my last 2 conspiracies are both movie conspiracies.
Birds die. Okay, cool.
The first one, which is kind of dark, from Titanic, a lot of people think Rose imagined Jack to cope with her suicidal depression.
Fuck. Whoa.
Because there's no record of him on the boat.
No, because he's not on the ship's manifest because he won the tickets.
She literally meets him while she's trying to attempt suicide.
Yeah,
and he tells her not to.
Other than the fact that other characters have interactions with him, and that there are scenes. That is really, I mean, that one gave me the chills.
Oh yeah, for sure,
definitely. But in order for that to like legitimately be like a thing, like if that was what they were going for, there couldn't be scenes of him with other characters. But that is super fucking scary.
But it still freaked me out.
Like, you get that.
And then my favorite conspiracy theory of them all.
Yes.
Is that Kevin McAllister grew up to be Jigsaw.
Oh my god.
Which chronologically does not work because he's 8 in the 90s and then like 50 years old in the early 2000s.
He's also Coley Mafulkin. He's Coley Mafulkin.
Oh my gosh, but people are saying that Kevin McAllister loved making death traps so much that he grew up into, he hated criminals because criminals were the ones who tried to attack him, so that's why he only killed bad guys, and he did it in all of these crazy traps. Throwback to our Saw episode. Listen to that one. It's
That's
good.
So crazy. I also was reading one. I didn't do it, but I might as well because I read it. But Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was a Saw for like kids.
Oh my gosh! Well, yeah, another Charlie and Chocolate Factory. Because
all of them,
the chocolate and all the candy was made out of humans. Was made out of children. Because if you don't notice, okay, so when you're watching the movie, the scene where the big fat boy falls into the chocolate thing and then goes through the human-sized tunnels that they have for whatever reason, after that they get on that like boat thing and there's only enough seats for the people who are there. So he would have known that those 2 people weren't going to be there because they wouldn't have fit in the boat.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie when I say that boat ride scene in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is scarier than any horror movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Totally. And sometimes Dad will sing the "There's no easy way of knowing."
Yeah, no, that movie's horrifying. Not the new one so much, but like the old one, it's kind of scary. And he has no like care in the world for any of the kids, really.
Except at the end when all of a sudden
they always talk about how he has the best chocolate in the world and it's so different than other chocolate and blah, 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 blah.
Because it's so sweet because it's made out of little kids. Yeah, no, that is so fucked up. So
Augustus Gloop.
Yeah, I said that. Augustus. Yeah, no, that is really crazy. So Morgan, did you know that Louis from One Direction's baby's fake?
What?
One Direction fans spent years of cultivating, well, not years. You're only pregnant for about 9 months. They spent,
unless you're Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, right?
She's always pregnant for like 3 years.
Yeah, that happened to one of our gym teachers in high school, too. I swear to God. There was a gym teacher in our school who was pregnant the whole time we were in high school.
She could have been.
The same baby. But anyways,
You were in high school way before me.
We went to the same high school, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, not the same years.
Okay, shut up. I'm old and you're little. We get it. So, apparently, Twitter posts made by Louis. It's so weird because when you read things, like I would normally call him Louis, but like when you read it, you think Louis. And is her name Brianna or Brianna?
The baby?
No, the mama.
Didn't the mom die?
I don't know. But apparently the baby's fake to cover up Louis and Harry being lovers. Okay.
Why would they have to hide that? They're not even in a band anymore, so they could totally be free, and he had the baby after the band already broke up.
And everyone would be so happy if
that
they
one's
were.
not.
No, my next ones are going to be, well, maybe, okay, so I'll say, okay. This is the episode where we're going to talk about fucking chemtrails. We're not going to give a whole episode to chemtrails.
I don't want to.
Chemtrails is the government basically crop dusting the country with poison. Yes. Believers say that while normal contrails, which come off of airplanes, which are like the little cloudy things that make it look like an airplane, like
took a little
pooted. Yeah, like pooted. It was just beefed a little bit in the air. They dissipate relatively quickly, whereas contrails that contain additional substances last longer. They think the government is using chemtrails to modify the weather, psychological manipulation, human population control, or biological and chemical warfare. Also,
we're just putting pesticides in all of our food.
Exactly. Also, the government is creating diseases for population control.
Totally.
Back to AIDS. People always say like the CIA created AIDS, even though they has been disputed, and scientists have evidence that HIV has been transferred from monkeys to humans.
Right.
But also, people believe that pharmaceutical companies assist in creating conditions and diseases so that they can sell medications. Things like ADHD, ADD, HPV, and other.
Speaking of, did
STDs.
you hear that drug companies are now going to have to put the prices of their drugs in all of their ads? That's one decent thing the Trump administration did.
Without insurance?
Yeah, I'm guessing what their original price is. Yeah.
Holy fuck! That is going to literally. That's going to be. Well, that's bad.
It's honest.
I mean, they fucking should say that.
Yeah.
Because literally, Abilify, an antidepressant, is like thousands and thousands of... I mean, the medication... One of the medications I take is like almost $1,000.
EpiPens are $1,000.
Yeah.
And they're not covered by insurance, aren't they?
Nope.
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean...
Healthcare is
bullshit. You can get coupons for them, yeah. So, let's stay mad... Yeah, you can get coupons for EpiPens. Everyone look that up. So, sticking with hating with the government, I decided not to do a whole episode dedicated to MKUltra. I'll just talk about it now. So, technically, it's not really a conspiracy because the CIA 100% admitted it to a government project. It was created in the 1960s, and it was designed to use LSD as a form of mind control because the American government thought that the Russians / USSR were doing the same thing, so they started doing it too. Because during the Cold War, America and Russia we weren't really cool. No. And it also led to a man killing himself by jumping out of the window after being dosed with LSD without knowing it, which is what the docu-series on Netflix, Wormwood, is all about. It's about the man, his name is Peter, and his family filed a lawsuit against them because the CIA was illegally dosing people with LSD to use them for mind control. Also, just brief point, because I'm a fucking dork and I read that entire report, and they also talk about the lone gunman theory,
right?
And that for the JFK assassination, but like I said before, the JFKs are going to get multiple episodes. So allegedly,
No,
Ted Kaczynski, shut up, the Unabomber, was involved in MKUltra as a test subject. MKUltra is depicted in all kinds of movies, TV shows, and books, ranging from Stranger Things, Stephen King's book Firestarter, the movie Pineapple Express. Remember the very beginning where Bill Hader just like, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, he's just like, da 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 da, smoking weed. The Men Who Stare at Goats is like literally based off of MKUltra.
Interesting. I've never seen that movie.
Yeah. Also, Peter Sarsgaard is in Wormwood. It's weird that there's Skarsgårds and then there's Sarsgaards.
I guess.
And there's also a strain of weed called MKUltra, which is like...
Oh, yeah, it's fucking lit, too.
It's cute. It's like pretty cute. So, let's see.
Did
you know, Morgan... No. Did you know that the fucking dinosaurs helped build the pyramids? Because the Egyptians were able to tame them like elephants.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Okay, well, did you know...
We couldn't get elephants to build shit.
No. Did you know Hitler didn't die? He was replaced with a body double. No. He didn't just not die. He went to live in a Nazi bunker in Antarctica with UFOs.
What? That's just a lot of information that if you don't have any follow-up for, why are we even talking about it?
Also, some people say that Hitler set up a small team of historical experts to find the Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail.
Oh my god, yours are so crazy.
Wait, no. That's Indiana Jones.
This is getting wacko.
That was from Indiana... Oh, I got Indiana Jones confused with real life again.
Alright, Holly.
Morgan's getting so annoyed because you can tell Morgan's not putting up with my jokes. Let's see if I have any other ones. Oh, the John Lennon assassination. You know who killed John Lennon?
No.
Well, you know it's...
I do, I just can't think of his name.
Mark David Chapman.
Okay.
He apparently... Well, you may think that he killed John Lennon outside of the Dakota, but you're wrong. It was actually Stephen King.
Huh.
The CIA covered it up by hiring Mark David Chapman to take the fall because he looked like Stephen King, and so he was, like, acting like him.
Huh.
But I just don't think that Stephen and Mark David Chapman had the same jowls. You know what I mean?
No.
Not at all. So
I'm thinking no.
I'm thinking that's going to be a no from me, dog. So that's the end of our episode, y'all. Those are all the crazy little conspiracies.
And we're definitely going to do more conspiracy episodes because guess what? Conspiracy theories are all around us.
Oh, and they're cool. There's also...
And they're ongoing.
And there's also the one with... I mean, like I said, watch Shane's YouTube thing.
Oh, yeah, he has a bunch.
I'm just going to give a little... Because I want you guys to watch it, but I'm just going to give a little taste. Watch the one about Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, I mean, that's the one everyone knows about. That's why... That's, like, what got him so big lately.
Okay, Morgan. Well, I was like trying to get people excited to watch it.
Oh.
Well, I didn't even fucking know who he is. So for people like me who also don't know who the fuck he is, they're really excited right now. Morgan,
go watch this shit.
Tiny little microphone in front of us may be very small, but it is reaching out to so many people.
And we love y'all.
And we love each and every one of these tiny holes in this microphone. Each of one of them all of the teeny holes. You.
Okay, Holly's on drugs. Holly was drugged by MKUltra.
Oh my god, you guys, I got dosed.
Anyways, that was our podcast. Like us on iTunes. Actually, can you like on iTunes? Subscribe to us on iTunes. Download all of our episodes. Turn those notifications on so you know when a new episode be dropping. Follow us on Twitter. Or actually don't, because neither of us can remember the login.
Just make sure to like us on iTunes, honestly.
Definitely just like our iTunes.
Just like our iTunes. And comment, subscribe, demand.
SistersGrimPodcast.com.
Get an HBO now.
.org.jpg.ed fucking you. Alright, LOL.